All right, class. Today I have something really fun. I have a mystery bag, okay?
Ooh.
Mystery bag. So in this mystery bag are items that are similar to the topic that we're going to talk about today and look at. So I'm going to call on each student to come up here and pull one thing out of your bag. And as you look at the thing, save, or whatever comes out of the bag, save your guess for what we're going to talk about in your head, okay? And whenever you think you know what we're going to talk about, just raise your hand. Don't say it yet, but just raise your hand, okay? Whenever you have a guess, okay? So here's the first item.
Ooh.
So that's a blanket, if you can't tell. Okay. Here's the second item.
I used to have one of those.
And the last one. Is anybody raising their hand? Does anybody have an idea of what we're going to talk about? Kelsey?
A baby.
Yes. So all of these items was about a baby, right? We are continuing our family unit by talking about babies. So today we are describing the story of when Little Critter had a new baby born into his family using key details. Okay, so can we say this together? I will be able to
I will be able to
describe the story
describe the story
of Little Critter
of Little Critter
using key details from the text.
using key details from the text.
Good job. So we've been studying what family means recently. Sometimes a family may grow bigger by adopting a baby or having a baby. Does anybody here have little brothers and sisters at home? Yeah. So some of us might not have brothers and sisters, but even if we don't have any siblings, we were all babies at one time, right? So we can all relate. So remember our anchor chart yesterday about main idea and key details. This is the visual that we had, right? Can somebody tell me what the main idea is of a text?
It's the big event or big purpose of a story.
That's right. Good job. So with that in our brains, we're going to play a fun game today, okay? And I'm going to demonstrate the game first, and we're going to talk about how to play it, okay? So this is the demonstration, okay? This is our visual. This is another way that I like to think about main idea and key details, okay? So in the middle of the circle, the middle represents the main idea. And all around the main idea are the details that support it, okay? So can somebody tell me this word in the middle? It's a big word. Does anybody know it? Or does anybody want to use the details to think about what that word might be? Kelsey?
Well, I know that the end is day, and then the balloons are beside it in a present, so it's a birthday.
Yes. Good job. So I'm going to write under it, birthday is our main idea, okay? Does anybody want to raise their hand and say another key detail about birthday that you may see?
Balloons.
Balloons, good job. Balloons. Kelsey?
Music, like happy birthday.
Yeah, those are music notes, and they represent the song Happy Birthday to You. So have y'all ever had a birthday?
Yes.
Yes, good job. So let's think about how the birthday was the main idea and all the details that support a birthday. So now we are going to play this game, but what I'm going to give you guys is only the main idea, and I want you to come up with the details. Details about a main idea. What are they about? Let's think about the story elements. What can the details be about?
The details can be about the zoo or just in general.
Not about the zoo, but just in general, about a main idea and key details. Let's think about how they relate.
The details help us figure out what the main idea is. They support it.
Yeah. So let's think about some details of the zoo. Somebody want to share? Kelsey?
Animals and lions and elephants.
Animals.
And my favorite is an elephant.
An elephant. I don't know what that is. All right, let's make a big elephant. What else about the zoo? Some details about the zoo. Has anybody here ever been to the zoo?
Yes.
I have.
What do you do at the zoo?
I look at the animals, and sometimes I can feed the animals. Sometimes I would walk around, take pictures,
and feed the giraffes.
Okay, so whenever you go to the zoo, a lot of people take pictures, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what a camera looks like. There you go. There's our camera. Kelsey, what'd you say?
You can buy cabbage and feed the giraffes because they like cabbage.
Yes. So I'm going to put a package of animal food on here. That's a detail about the zoo or somebody's trip to the zoo. What are the animals in at the zoo?
They're in a cage.
Yeah, they're in cages, or maybe they have gates around them or something like that. So this is going to represent our gate.
Or water.
Or what?
Water. Penguins have water.
Water. Yep, that's right. Sometimes they have a glass that you can look through and you see water. Let's think of one more detail about the zoo. There's got to be.
I go with my family.
Okay, so you might go with family and friends to the zoo. So I'm going to draw a couple people here because a lot of times people go together in groups. All right, good job, y'all, thinking about details and character of the story. Now it's time to read about Little Critter.
We read about him last week.
Yeah, we did. This is another story about Little Critter. Before we read, look at what I have covered up.
The title.
I have the title covered up. Let's look at some details on the front of the book, and I want y'all to come up with some guesses about what the title might be based on the details in the picture.
Well, we know that's Little Critter. We know it's Little Critter in the picture.
Little Critter.
Little Critter has a rattle.
Rattle.
Wait, no. Little Critter has, it's a baby who has the rattle.
Yeah. So what do we think? What do we think this book is going to be about?
I think it's going to be about the baby.
He's baby.
Okay. So we think the title might have the word baby in it. Let's see what the title is. The New Baby. Good job, guys. So the title does have the new baby in it. Okay. So does everybody remember our anchor chart last week about needs?
Yes. Needs and wants.
Yeah. And so what is a need?
A need is something that you have to have.
Right. And a want is just something that...
Like a new purse.
Yeah. Something that you want, but you don't necessarily need or have to live. So we're going to look at the needs of the baby in this book while we read the book, and let's just see what happens, okay? The new baby. Dad said, "We have a new baby, and she's coming home today." I got out my ball and bat and all of my favorite games to show to the baby. Do you think the baby's going to be excited about a ball and a bat?
No.
No.
I don't think a baby can even throw a ball.
That's right. Especially a new baby. I found my favorite picture book and read it out loud to the baby. But the new baby didn't pay any attention to me. What's the new baby doing there?
He's sucking his bottle.
Yeah, eating. Can we relate that to a need or a want?
A need.
Right. He's taking care of his needs by eating. She cried a lot, even when I told her my best joke. Why do you think she cried when he told her A joke. A joke's supposed to be funny.
It probably wasn't funny.
It might not have been a funny joke. What else? Can you think of another reason?
Probably didn't know what he was talking about because she is a baby.
Right. Babies might not understand. I made my funniest face ever, and she even cried louder. I tried to dress her, but she was too wiggly and floppy. And sometimes she smelled funny, and Mom had to change her. So, what can you do with a new baby? Does anybody want to guess or make a prediction about what Little Critter's going to do with a new baby?
He's going to try to play with her.
He can hold her.
Maybe hold her, play with her.
Feed her.
Feed her. Let's see. Mom says we can cuddle her. And rock her to sleep.
Oh.
Babies need a lot of sleep. We can tickle her tummy and make her laugh, or give her a rattle to play with.
She bonked him on the nose.
She is. He didn't like that very much. I can give her my finger to grab and let her pull my nose. I can take her for a walk and show to all of my friends. They think I am so lucky. All right. So now, my little reading heroes, we're going to go on a fun quest. A quest is when a hero goes searching for something, okay? So let's put on our searching glasses. Can you all do that? Now that we've read this book, we're going to search for the story elements of the book. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to look at a quick video to remind us what story elements are. Can you see my screen?
Not at the moment.
No.
Okay.
Now I can.
Okay.
Characters, setting, and events. When we read a story, there are 4 important questions that we need to ask ourselves: who, where, when, and what. I ask myself, who are the people, animals, or any make-believe creatures that are in the story? We call these the characters. I ask myself, where and when is the story taking place? I call this the setting of the story. What are the big moments in the story, or the action parts in the story? We call those moments the events. Let's listen together to this very short story and identify or find the characters, setting, and events. It was Sunday afternoon when Jenny and Daisy decided to go outside in their backyard to play. They decided to play hide and seek because it's their favorite game to play together. To know who the characters are in this short story, I asked myself, who is this story about? Of course, it's about Jenny and Daisy, so the characters are Jenny and Daisy. To know the setting of this short story, I asked myself, where and when did it take place? I know that it took place in the backyard, and I know that it happened on a Sunday afternoon. So the setting is in the backyard on a Sunday afternoon. To know the events of the story, I asked myself, what was the action happening in the story? And I know that they were playing hide and seek, so that is the event of the story. Remember that characters, setting, and events are only just 3 parts that make up a good story. Stay tuned for more.
All right, so I really liked that video, and I will tell y'all why. It really broke down character, setting, and events, and basically summed them all up in one word for each element, okay? So we're going to sing a little song, or it's a little chant, kind of. to help us remember what setting, character, and event say, okay? Or what they mean.
Okay.
So these are the words that it said, right? The character is the who. The setting is the where.
Where?
And event is the what, okay? So I'm going to say something and I want you to repeat me. So I'm going to say, I say character, you say who. Character.
Who?
Character.
Who?
I say setting, you say
Where?
Setting.
Where?
Where?
Setting.
Where?
Where?
And the last one, I say event and you say what?
What?
Event.
What?
All right, good job. So I think we can do that one more time, a little bit more like excitedly and
Okay.
more like a chant. Okay, one more time. Okay. I say character, you say who? Character?
Who?
Character.
Who?
I say setting, you say where? Setting.
Where?
Where?
Setting.
Where?
I say event and you say what? Event?
What?
Event?
What?
Good job. So whatever that says event and what is that trying to say? Can you finish that sentence for me? So an event is what
Happens in a story.
happens in the story. Yeah, is what takes place in the story. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. So now that we've learned about our elements and read our book, now we're going to relate the elements to the book that we just read, and we're going to make a new anchor chart that is about the key details and main idea of this book, okay? So just like we did with our other anchor chart, we're going to write our details on sticky notes.
Is that another?
It is another ice cream cone, just like our other chart.
Yummy.
We've got the details and the cone down there. So let's think of the main idea of this book.
A new baby came to his house.
A new baby came to his house. That's a good main idea. London, do you have another main idea sentence you might want to share?
Little critter got a new baby.
Little critter got a new baby. Okay, so I'm going to kind of combine those to write down here. Let's see. Little critter's mom had a new baby. Okay, so now that we've got the main idea, let's think about the characters in this book. Who are the characters?
Little critter.
Little critter. Good job. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay. Don't know where my green sticky notes went that I just had. But we'll just use this. So, little critter. Who else?
It's mom and dad.
Mom and dad.
The baby.
The baby. That's right. That's who the book was all about. Now, the cool thing about details of a story is that the details of a story can be about the characters. So let's think about the characters in the story and things that happened to them and how they felt. Let's think about the baby. Can you come up with a sentence of maybe what the baby was doing in the story, or Kelsey?
The baby came home and ate a bottle and cried and got changed by her mom and went to sleep.
Good job. So that's a detail about the character. Let's think about, here's another way that you can think about details and characters. So little critter. Characters can change in a story. Can anybody think of how little critter may have changed in this story?
Little critter, at first I don't think he understood the baby. He was trying to make it laugh and it kept crying, but then at the end he seemed really happy. He knew how to take care of it.
Yeah. So at first, he just did not know how he felt about his little sister.
No.
Right? But then what happened at the end? Does anybody remember the last page? Because we want to use our key details and pull them straight from the text. So let's go to the last page. Did anybody remember how he felt?
Didn't he feel lucky, or didn't he feel?
Yeah, the last page
It's
said that
just-
his friends thought he was lucky. And we could look, the cool thing about details is that we can look at the character's face to see like their emotions and how they're feeling. To
He
find
looks
out oh, he is happy. I like this page. He's taking the baby for a walk to show his friend. How do you think he feels there?
He looks proud.
Yes, proud is a good word. So he didn't know how he felt at first, and then he was proud to have a sister. All right, let's think about the setting of the story.
It was different places.
It was different places. Think about the first setting of the story. What was the first setting?
His house.
His house.
Yeah.
And then we just looked at the last page, and what was he doing there?
He was pushing his baby down the walkway with his friends.
That's right. So where was he at? Was that a different setting?
He was in a park.
Good job. So the park and his house. And then lastly, let's think about some events of the story. Just thinking about maybe what happened. There's one kind of main event that happened, and the story wouldn't be the same without that main event. Can somebody think of that? Kelsey?
His mom brought the new baby home.
Right. Would the story be the same without that main idea?
No.
No, because we wouldn't know where the baby came from.
That's right. The new baby came home. During the text, London pointed out a main event that was happening. The baby was doing something to the little critter. What did she do?
What?
Remember?
It
She had a
was
rattle.
it set, or was it like ignoring the little critter?
Yeah, baby. That's one. Ignoring because she was a baby, she couldn't understand. But she had a rattle, and what was she doing?
Oh, she was bonking him on the head with it. She hit him on the head with it, or hit him in the nose.
Yes. So these are all details about little critter and the baby, and we have our main idea, and all these details support the main idea. Okay, so now each of you are going to go to your table, and there is going to be, since we're working with main idea and details, you're going to have a main idea bag, okay? A mystery bag, just like I had. And you're going to work with your partner to pull out items from this bag, and I want you and your partner to discuss what the main idea of your mystery bag is. So you've got all these details, and I want you to use the details to come up with the main idea, okay? And I'm going to pull them out for you. Okay. Here's some of the...
Ooh.
A spoon.
And a win.
Teaspoons.
London, I think
That's for a cupcake.
we're about to cook.
All right, so I'm at y'all's table, and y'all have a lot of details here. So using the details, what do you think the main idea is?
Baking.
I think it's baking.
Baking, yeah.
Or making
What?
food.
What detail lets you know about what you're going to bake?
The little cupcake holder thing that tells us we're probably gonna make cupcakes.
Yeah, you could do cupcakes or muffins. So good idea. So you use the details to think of your main idea. So now each of you also has 3 sticky notes on your desk. Just like on our anchor chart, you've got a green, a pink, and a yellow. And I want you and your partner to write down a sentence about the character or draw a picture about the character and draw a picture about the setting and about the events. So all three things, okay? And I want you to do this together. And this is our quest, guys. This is what we're trying to find. We're on a mission to find the details about these three story elements in the book, The New Baby, okay? And I'm going to be walking around and talking. And you also get bonus points. You're going to find gold if you connect one of these to a need, okay? So you can do that, but you don't have to.
London, I think that we'll do it so we can get.
I say I agree.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay, London. I think that the character in The New Baby is the baby. So we can write that for green.
Okay.
Miss Anderson, I have a question.
yes.
Are we writing a sentence or are we writing just bullets?
I would like you to write a detail about the character. So yeah, a detail using a sentence, if you can, yeah.
Do we just choose one character?
Yes, a character and then a sentence about the setting and a sentence about the event in each one. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think me and London are a cool character.
Okay.
London, what character do you want to do?
I like your suggestion about the baby.
Okay, so we could say the new baby came home from
From the, or let's say his mommy brought the new baby home.
Okay, so
That's for the green one, right?
yes. So little critter's mom brought home the new baby. Okay, you picked the event.
I liked when I thought it was funny when he tried to make the baby laugh and the baby was just like just started crying.
He told a joke.
Actually, no, he made a joke, and then the other page it showed him making a funny face, and the baby started crying really hard.
So little critter made a face and made the new baby cry.
Yeah.
Okay, little critter made a face and the new baby cry. For a setting, we should do the outside in the park whenever little critter was walking around the new baby.
I like that one.
How should we make that in a sentence?
Little critter pushed the baby in a stroller outside.
We have to find a need or a want for bonus points.
Little critter wanted to play ball with the baby.
Yes, and that's a want.
Yeah.
And
then
yeah.
What? What you said?
That could be an event.
It could.
Little critter wanted to play ball with
a want, or a need. I think that the baby needed to eat.
Oh yeah, and that could be an event too. Because remember when she was eating?
Yeah, I agree.
New baby was eating in her crib.
I'm listening, and I hear a lot of good details being discussed over here. So will y'all share with me Did y'all connect a detail with a need that you wrote?
And a want.
Wow, can y'all share with me one of those?
Yes. For a need, me and London chose the new baby was eating in her crib because you need to eat to live.
Good job. So you connected that with a need, and that's about a character. So that's awesome, and it's an event, right? So now, as we're wrapping up the lesson, I want each of us to think. You are going to have a note card, and I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to share and write your ideas down on a note card, okay? Okay, this is what it's going to look like. Let me share. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So you use details with your partner, but now you're working independently, and I want you to draw a picture or write a sentence about the details of each story element one more time. And I want you to try to use different details than we just talked about.
Wait, you said we could draw a picture or write a sentence?
Yes. About a detail. And when you're done, I just want you to hold it up quietly, and I'm going to go ahead and just look over it really quick. We're not going to discuss it, but I'm just going to look over it and see what you wrote. Good job, London.
Thank you.
Kelsey. Good job, Kelsey. Yours looks good too. Okay, so wrapping up and closing, let's think about today's lesson and what we just learned. If today's lesson was a pizza, yeah, I said it. If today's lesson was a pizza, what would be the toppings on the pizza? What are some things that we learned today? Somebody share?
Character, settings.
Events.
Yes. What was the basic idea here that we did today to this book? What was the basic idea?
We picked out the details in it.
Yes. To support what?
The main idea.
To support the main idea. Good job. Oh.
Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to start recording, right?
Yeah, yeah.